Okay. It is Tuesday night. It is 9 p.m. That means it is time for Tuesday Night Perry. And initially, the plan tonight had been we were going to stream some matches of some of my friends that are coming over from Japan to wrestle. But my planned co-host Johnny Torres is unable to make it this evening as he at the last minute landed some tickets to see Social Distortion. So I'm sure he's having a blast. So instead, we're going to do that stream tomorrow. We're going to do a special Wednesday night Perry. But for tonight, we're doing some Monster Jam Showdown because it's right now it's going to be my tried and true old reliable for the time being because when in doubt, this game is just super fun. Joey Nails, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, bud. Hopping in the chat early. All right. We're gonna jump right into the tour because we gotta unlock some stuff here. At some point, I'm going to actually bother looking into what I need to do to unlock stuff again. But for now, actually, let's go ahead and have a look. Let's see. Good. You see the new Turkey Monster Jam diecast? I did. That came up on my Instagram pretty quick. Um, yeah, man. They do some holiday ones every year, and they're always pretty good. Mitch Madness 44. Good to see you, bud. I'm doing great. Doing a little Monster Jam Showdown tonight. All right, we can bail out of that. All right. Ooh, it looks like I have some stuff unbeaten now. Did I unlock more stuff? Because I was pretty sure I'd beaten all levels previously. Oh man, I do have new stuff. Hell yeah, let's go. Scott Mitchell. Oh, okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Good to see you. Welcome to the chat. Man, yeah, this was a last minute change of pace. Decided that we had to jump in and do some Monster Jam Showdown tonight. Initially, the plan had been streaming some matches of two of my friends coming over from Japan, Kodai Nozaki and Jet Wee, to hype up for an upcoming grind show that they're going to be on. And Limitless Wrestling, they're also going to be there that weekend as well. But my proposed co-host for that, Mr. Johnny Torres, Graves is in the chat. Always a pleasure to see you. But my proposed co-host, Johnny Torres, landed tickets to see Social Distortion at the last moment, so he is having a blast, I'm sure, but is unavailable tonight. So that means tomorrow we're definitely going to be having a special Wednesday night Perry, and we'll be streaming some matches then. 9 o'clock, same time. All right. Looks like we got a couple events that have unlocked since last time, so I got to not. Oh, what is that pillar in the middle? I feel like I got to climb that thing somehow, but I can't imagine it's actually doable. Bobby Gilbert in the chat. For those coming in late who may have missed it, we are in fact going to have Wednesday Night Perry live tomorrow as an extra bonus this week. That's when we're going to be watching the Kodai Nozaki and Jet Wee matches. And I do have some great selections chosen for that. I think you're all gonna enjoy. How do I have zero? They took all my points away for that? Come on, I was doing great. Oh, this is always how the first round in one of these games go. I always do terribly. Not that I get much better as the game goes on. Come on, come on. No good. No points. Ugh. I can hear Jet Wee mocking me for this now. Yeah, there we go. Have to work pretty hard if I'm going to get the kind of points to actually place here, because I don't have a ton of time left, and I've lost a lot of points as we've gone on here. Oh, Bobby Gilbert watching Tuesday Night Perry on the TV. Perry on the big screen. You know, that's what the people want. I've always said I have a face for television. A tiny little face in the corner for television. I have a face for television and a personality to keep me right out of show business. Don't blow it now. Oh no, no. Oh, did it give me the points anyway? Ah, it didn't. Well, that's okay. You know, I think getting a 0 after all that is kind of an accomplishment in its own way, right? All right, let's play it again. Off to a rough start tonight, guys. It's been a very long day. I still have to lift after this. Ugh. I wanted to get it done early. Mondays and Tuesdays are complicated, you guys. I've taken to doing my lifting in the evening, and with the stream, that's not really doable most of the time. But today, it's just a little behind my skis all day. But I know if I miss a day of lifting, I will not just feel terrible shame and guilt. But what of my Instagram fans? What will they do without my workout clips on my story? How can I deprive my my loving audience of that? What's over here? Got like merch stands and concessions? What is this? Yeah, these are definitely some new levels that just kind of unlocked for me. You wouldn't want to get in the way of that truck. Yeah, I still haven't bothered downloading the new DLC for this either. Like I'm way behind on that. Bobby, that was what, like a week or two ago? Amazing big save. And that is a heck of a sky. Let's let those points land, because it's a lot. Ah, first place. There we go. Now we're working. Yeah, I haven't bothered downloading the Soldiers and Pirates DLC for this just yet. I had other streams, so I only ever launch the games when I'm streaming. So the rest of the time, this computer is used purely for 3D modeling. Although at some point I'm probably going to do one of these live streams you're all going to tune in. You're just going to watch me doing 3D modeling in Blender. Probably be the stream where I swear the most. Digatron comes out in 2 days. Oh, so I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna get all of them at once. Like that's the thing to do, right? Just wait and get them all at once, and maybe next week show off all the new stuff. All right, we took that one. Come on, we have to have unlocked something. This was a whole new level I beat. That's right. Take part in 2 events on Extreme Freestyle Level Legend. I don't know what that means. Score 3 million points with Gravedigger. Oh, I'm getting there. I'm reading all these little things I need to do that are hidden behind my my little ticker there. All right. I think with that I've defeated everything in that level. Okay, good. Oh yeah, there's stuff here too. Oh man, there's a bunch of new stuff for me. Hell yeah. All right, do we want more Alaska? Wait, is this or the I bet there's new stuff in the other ones too. Oh man. Ticketron is $1 million? Wait, hang on. You mean $1 million in the game? Because I'm not paying $1 million for DLC. Oh boy, is it all freestyle stuff that? Yeah, freestyle. Yeah, there's a few. Oh, I guess it's all new freestyles. All right, well, I guess we're back at it again. Just more chaos. Jaime, that's not the direction Perry goes in anymore. He's not a rich snob anymore. He's a human monster truck now. Jaime, you need to know Perry spent all of his money on monster trucks. Okay, that's just how it is now. Oh, it's the first free DLC. Worth it. Yeah, I think it's worth it. You know? Someday I keep threatening that I'll do it, and someday you guys are gonna all tune in here, and this stream's gonna be down in the workshop, and I'm gonna be showing off my entire monster truck collection all in one stream. It's gonna be like 4 hours. I'm gonna ramble and probably get a lot of facts wrong. But you're all gonna sit and hang out and watch it because that's what you do for me, and I appreciate it. My loving audience. I know, okay, so Graves is in. I know, give away a truck at the end of the stream. You want me to give away a truck at the end? I'll give away a truck at the end of the stream, but that means everyone's got to stick around. I'll give away a truck. Hang on, you know what? You wanna throw out a challenge like that? Let me see what I got in the box underneath the desk here. I got a pile of trucks. Let's see, what do we got? All right. All right. Call me out like that, Jaime. End of the stream, I'm going to give away this 2002 Hot Wheels Monster Jam Monster Mutt. Someone's going to win it. With any luck, it'll be with any luck, it'll be Joey Nails, since he's the person I run into the most. Otherwise, I'm going to have to ship it. There. How you like that, Jaime? We'll see if you're around at the end of the stream. Maybe you'll win it. I'll have to ship it all the way out to the West Coast. Hey, look at that. All that distraction from Jaime let me do an accidental nose walk. I should be getting points for this. That balance was incredible. Oh, yeah. Oh, someone's got Silent Hill too. Mr. Big Shot. I also think sometime soon I'm gonna be streaming from my VR headset one of these days, but that stream's gonna be short. I can really only wear that thing for like 40 minutes at a time before I get a gnarly headache. Okay, Moneybags. Look at me, I've got Silent Hill 2. Oh, come on, look at that bicycle. Come on. I just demolished this level. Did I land and the overtime? Come on. Oh, boy. Those BKT tires did not want to crush that car. I will say it took me. I've wanted to stream some VR for some time, but pretty much all my VR games are gun-based, and I don't know, call me a nerd or whatever, but it's my Twitch channel, and I'm just going to avoid gun violence games as much as I can. Not really my style. Yeah, but see, that's why you got to stick around, Jaime. Your wallet's suffering. That means you can't afford to buy your own monster trucks. See? I'm trying to do you a favor here. One last donut before we call it here. And just let the time expire, because the numbers I'm pulling in right now are pretty good. Oh, what was that? What was that number amount I had to get with Gravedigger in order to unlock something? maybe I'm getting close to it. Maybe I should just keep going and see what the game does. Uh-oh. Save it, save it. Yeah. What'd we do? How'd we do? Let's see if we unlock something. It's $1 million? Oh, I did not hit it. I did hit $1 million. You guys, I broke $1 million. Let's go. After 10,000 years, I'm free. Welcome back, Diz. Oh, man. Bobby, you said it. You said $1 million, and look at that. Look at that. Look right there. Up there. I did it. Finally unleashed my putty monsters. Oh, Rita. I can't believe I just broke $1 million by mistake. You know what it was? It was Jaime egging me on. Damn, dog. Oh, does that mean we unlocked? Oh, it's the orange Gravedigger from World Finals. Hell yeah. We might have to switch which Gravedigger we're using. Thank you, Jaime. All right, let's go ahead and I mean, you know, you're gonna go unlocking new Gravediggers, might as well. Yeah, there it is. That's all the Gravediggers. We completed the collection. Let's go. I still have some trucks left to unlock. Let's see, I got whatever that one is. Oh wow, I got a bunch of trucks left to unlock. Did I have this many before? I feel like I had unlocked more of them before. That's a good question, Bobby. I don't know if Jaime still has a Twitter. Nothing sexier than a full Gravedigger collection. Hey, you're telling me. It's very neglected. That sounds right, Jaime. As soon as we said that, I immediately started looking around like, which Gravedigger toys do I have here? But I've got a green screen stuck right behind me, so whenever I hold them up, you can't really see them anyway.
The engines are revving, and anything can happen.
Hey, the pirate flag is orange. Oh, I love it.
Gravedigger is ready to bury all comers.
Wow. That paint job is sick.
Makes a perfect donut.
Well, the toy of the stream is going to be that monster mutt if I remember to give it away.
Makes a perfect donut.
Which I believe I've unlocked some of the monster mutts in this game, and I don't know if I've bothered playing as any of them yet. Maybe I should, since I'm going to give one away.
A perfect maneuver.
Oh, there we go. Come on, let's go. Walking the nose is hard. Oh. A little, well, it gave me no points for that. That's weird. All right, well, that's fine.
You wouldn't want to get in the way of that truck.
Maybe that's the stream I'll do. I'll just show off specifically the Gravedigger collection.
A perfect maneuver. 10 seconds for one last maneuver. Here's a wheelie.
at that save.
Oh,
Let's
great
go.
wheelie.
It won't be a 1,000,000 point run, but... Yeah, just give me the points. Come on. Ah, 7th. Diz, I'm sure if you just looked across like like the
El
random Monster Jam. Wow,
Toro
that guy's
with
just
that
taking a
incredible
nap in the
score.
monster.
He claims the
I'd
number
probably do the
one
same. That'd be my
crown.
victory pose. But yeah, Diz, I'm sure you could look across an average lineup of monster truck. Yeah, I agree with Jaime. Are there monster trucks that aren't cool looking? Like they're all
The
pretty cool
engines
looking.
are revving, and anything can
That's
happen here
Jaime
in
went right where my
Nebraska
brain was.
Stadium.
Oh, Herobotics
Here's
in the
Barry
house. Welcome,
Algara
bud.
to tell the stars.
For those, I said it a little bit earlier. For those who came in late, my proposed co-host for the wrestling stream I was going to do tonight, Mr. Johnny Torres,
Gravedigger is ready to
he
bring in all
wound up getting tickets to
comers.
see Social Distortion in Hartford tonight. So he is spoken for the evening. So instead, we're gonna wait till tomorrow, and we're gonna have a special Wednesday night Perry. We're gonna watch some Kodai Nozaki and Jet Wii matches from Japan, and we're gonna get hyped for them coming to visit Pro Wrestling Grind a little bit later this month. I think, God, we're at like 2 weeks till they arrive, which I'm pretty psyched. Uh, these are two really good friends of mine. If I haven't made it clear on the stream, Jet Wee and Kodai lived with myself and Rip Bison the
Thanks for
entire time that
dropping
we were in
Delta.
Japan. Rip and I arrived uh, late the evening of October 12th. In early morning, October 13th, Jet Wee rolled into town, and he stayed about a
Let's
week
go,
longer than we
wheelie.
did. So we lived with him the whole time, and for a brief time, he was even my roommate. We all shifted rooms a lot there, and for about a month, I lived with Jet Wee, and he is one of the funniest freaking guys I've ever met in my life. An absolute character, to the point where I think Rip is bringing him over mostly so that Delmy can see that he's actually real.
Great nose wheelie. A perfect maneuver.
Oh yeah, okay. I just saw Bobby Gilbert's response. Yes, Wild Thing
And he's
2024 is
rolling.
an example of a not that cool looking monster
The
truck.
last 10
Uh,
seconds.
boy, I if I trusted my stream to still look right, I would pull up a picture.
Wow.
Cause boy,
Unstoppable.
yeah, Wild Thing was one of the coolest looking monster trucks back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And Team relaunched the truck this
Here's
year,
a
but they
wheelie.
didn't have time to get the body done. So they wound up just using a very plain looking body with the word Wild Thing on the side.
Nose wheelie.
Save it, save it. Yeah, look at that. Come on, let's go.
Nailed it. Awesome stunt.
Let's let those points land because I think that puts me in first. Yeah, let's go. Okay, Bobby, I won't bring it up. I know it's a painful picture to look at, but it's a very boring truck. All right. Wow, that was a lot of
Whatever
points too.
performance today was
Jeez.
truly
That's all of a sudden I
phenomenal.
just got good at this
Give it
game.
up for
Like kind of all at once.
Gravedigger.
Some Thino. Yeah, Joey Nails out here gifting subs like they're going out of style. All right, we got one with the pretty new Gravedigger. Let's see. I kind of want to. You know what? I'm giving away a Monster Mutt at the end of the stream. Let's see. Does Monster Mutt have alternate looks? No. Huh. At least not yet. All right. Well, we're gonna play as classical. It's gonna look exactly like the toy, you guys. Like that's a pretty good likeness on the screen there. Huh. Yeah, a few new people indeed. You know what? Yeah. Now can I play Wonderwall? Now I'll play. Oh, my guitar's not in here. Another time I will play Wonderwall. Yeah, that's the other thing I keep threatening to do. One day the stream's gonna turn on. I'm gonna have my guitar and my accordion, and I'm just gonna do a bunch of songs from my old bands and stuff. But so far, good taste has prevailed. Joey Nails, get your guitar. Uh, do it at the end of the stream before the giveaway. I have to admit, my guitar is in the other room, and it is wildly out of tune at the moment. I need to actually prepare for that, but I will do it. I've threatened it enough that I feel like at this point I've kind of dug the hole. Like I kind of have to do it. But today I also have done nothing to make sure that the sound will get picked up. This is Jaime's favorite so far. This is the one I'm giving away a free toy of at the end, Jaime. So, you know, I'm just saying, you might want to just stick around. You literally don't have to do it. No. Tune that shit and play the guitar for us. Listen, Joey Nails, I promise I will get the sound figured out. I will give everyone ample warning so that it doesn't just come as a full... Yeah, featuring Dizzy Hellfire. Dizzy will back me up on the guitar. Dizzy's been learning. This is a reference that only Graves will get, but Brian of RPM Fest, who was the drummer in my band back in the day, I literally taught his little brother how to play guitar. Like I was hired by Brian's parents to be his guitar teacher. For some reason, I was that kid's hero. I have no idea. There were so many cooler kids around our band, and yet he wanted to be just like me. Now he's doing something where he's far more successful and interesting than I am, I'm sure. This stream. You guys are completely out of control. I also need to put new strings on that guitar. Like, I haven't replaced those strings in forever, and as much as I'm dying to have my fingers bleed on camera, I don't need to get pulled off Twitch for that. It almost happened one time early on. I was doing some work down in the workshop, and I was removing the supports from a 3D print, and as a mod, I demand it. And an X-Acto knife slipped. I got myself real good, like real good. But I knew it right away, so I immediately turned the camera away to one of my 3D printers and just started narrating what the printer was doing. Meanwhile, off camera, I'm bandaging the hell out of my hand. When I came back on camera, all of a sudden I had one finger infinitely bigger than the rest because of bandages and just like a rubber glove on that hand. It was pretty gnarly. Whoa, hey, listen, guys, listen. You can't bully me into the guitar. And again, I don't have the sound set up. This is my only active mic right now, you guys. This is not going to pick up my guitar well, I assure you. I promise I will figure out a way to do it correctly at some point soon. I won't make you all wait, and I'll give ample warning so that you're all here. I immediately started looking around going, well, I might be able to pull out my accordion. Shit. Jaime, that's enough out of you. I was like, oh, maybe I could just pull my accordion out, because that thing's loud as hell. You'd be able to hear that, but that is definitely not in this room. Play Zelda's low. All of a sudden, you know, I make one passing reference to where's my guitar, and all of a sudden, you know, Graves told me I didn't have to do it. I don't have to listen to the rest of you bullies. And the accordion's my preferred instrument. Following Weird Al's new tour being announced and going on sale, I've been listening to way more Weird Al than I normally do on like a day-to-day basis. think you should. Hey, hey, don't go switching teams on me here. Yeah, wait for Joey Nails to pay you to join their side. Get some money out of this deal.
Nose wheelie.
This
Makes
thing
a
really wants me to
perfect
do a
donut.
backflip, so I'm gonna have to make that happen. It's telling me it's gonna give me crazy points for it. Didn't want to count that, huh? All right. I had to go for the big points and I blew it. I blew it. Ah, speaking for the people with the price, of course. Yeah, yeah. This is someone who grew up on the era of pro wrestling that involved the corporation. We all remember the Attitude Era.
Ooh, good
Can
truck
I backflip? I
awareness.
can. I'm just not. I'm failing at it a lot. Let's see. What's going to be the best jump for it? Not that one. That's going to send me into the crowd and get me disqualified.
10 seconds for one last maneuver.
Yeah, that's only good enough for second. I'm going to have to redo that. Symbolic moratorium. Want to see her naked. The bots are getting fresh new ideas. Usually they're just trying to sell me followers. Someone click it. Tell me what it does. No, don't. I'm just kidding. Do not do not click the bot link.
The myth wins. Gravedigger the
Look, why
legend
am I letting all of you bully
buries
me
the
into what I'm going to do on
competition.
this stream? People telling me to get my guitar. People telling me to not click links, to click links. People telling me to give away toys. Completely absurd. Since when do all of you dictate what I
The
do? I am
engines
the
are
human monster
revving,
truck.
and any
Clicked it. My computer has a virus now. The only way to fix it is to play Wonderwall. Yeah, not everyone in
monster
the chat's a
mutt
bully, but
is
some of them are
ready to be
joiners.
unleashed. Nose wheelie. Makes a perfect
This is what I
donut.
get for having to change the plan of the stream last minute. I blame Johnny Torres for all this. All this guitar talk is Johnny
Oh, check
Torres'
out
fault for
that
being off
nose
at Social
wheelie.
Distortion. Truth be told, I'm thinking about it and I'm like, I have no idea what I would even play if I grabbed the
Ooh,
guitar.
good truck awareness.
I'd have to really think about it. Oh, a different type of leader, yes. The type that joins the cause at the end.
A
That's the
perfect
that's the
maneuver.
best kind of leader. Wonderwall. I don't know if you've listened to me talk a whole lot and heard the general range that my
Makes a
voice sits in.
perfect donut.
It is not very similar to that of Oasis.
A sky wheelie.
Cemetery Gates. Yeah, it doesn't really translate that well to
Pulls
a
off a
solo
working
acoustic
sky wheelie.
performance, but they all just want to hear me sing. I don't know.
Great
Someone look
nose
up and see
wheelie.
if there's a old school New Kid on the Block song that just has a nice simple chord progression that I could kick off real easy. Then I'll show you my
For
range,
the last 10
singing
seconds.
like a bunch of teenage boys who had high ranges even for their age. But hey, I'll crank out some Joey Mac.
The myth wins. Gravedigger the
Want to
legend
hear Perry sing Green
buries
Day?
the
Sounds like
competition.
the right singer. You have a friend that got to meet them. I'm legitimately jealous because I've never met any of the new kids. I've seen them live. They were my first concert. I was 7 years old, and we have to do it over again. I still haven't gotten first place. Yeah, 7 years old. My first concert, New Kids on the Block on the No More Games tour. The night after I saw them, they played Providence. I saw them in Worcester, Mass. The next night, they played Providence, Rhode Island, and that concert was filmed for the Disney Channel, and you can still watch it to this day on YouTube. And believe me when I tell you that maybe about once a year, I still pull it up. Oh, I'd say I'll sing the hell out of some damn Taylor Swift. Don't you threaten me with a good time.
Monster Mutt is ready to be
For a period when I was in California, "Shake It Off" was my entrance music. Gave me one of my best stories. Everyone now kind of knows about Jeff Jarrett being friends with Taylor Swift. And it's funny because when he talked about that, his big quote was, "Oh, she's a friend of the family," which is hilarious because years ago I'm on a show with Jeff Jarrett, and my entrance music starts playing, and all of a sudden behind me I hear a thunk, 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 and Jeff Jarrett comes running up the stairs behind me and points at me as I'm ready to go through the curtain and goes, "Is that your music?" Yeah. And he goes, "Taylor's a friend of the family. She would love this." And I was like, "Oh, cool." So I went out and had my match. I come to the back. He's sitting in the locker room just waiting for me. And he gives me one of these. So I thought I was in trouble. Started thinking in my head, did I do one of his moves or something? Did I do a figure four leg lock? And get over to him, and he shows me a video on his phone of my entrance to "Shake It Off." And I said, "Oh, that's cool." And then he scrolled down and showed me it was in a text message to Taylor Swift. And she had replied and said, "That's amazing." So for just a moment, just a moment back in the year 2015, Taylor Swift knew who I was. Just for a moment. But after that, I kept referring to Taylor Swift as being a friend of the family as an inside joke. And then, yeah, like a year ago, Jeff Jarrett did an interview where he talked about how she used to babysit his kids and she was a friend of the family. And I tell you, when my wrestling friends saw that, I must have been sent that article 100 times. Like my Twitter inbox was out of control. Did he really have a thick Southern accent? He sure did. He is from Memphis, Tennessee. Jaime, yeah, that's right. Jaime knows. I was still working with Jaime when that happened. I came back from a weekend of wrestling shows and told him about it. I still didn't place, man. All right, okay. Apparently, Monster Mutt is not my truck because I am struggling with that. But yeah, that's Jeff Jarrett definitely had a very thick Southern accent, being from Memphis, Tennessee, or as as Andy Kaufman, the patron saint of people with sick senses of humor, would say, "Memphis, Tennessee." Man, if you guys don't know Andy Kaufman's work in pro wrestling, please look it up. One of my, I mean, one of the things that everyone in wrestling fully agrees on. It's just the best comedian who never should have been in the ring, and just amazing. Use Mod West truck. Wait, Mod West truck? Use a Midwest truck. Where's Excalibur out of right now? With his team, where are they out of? Aren't they out of the Midwest? Team Tomfoolery, where are they out of? Yeah, I should actually address what I'm doing in the game. I went with Excalibur here because when I was a kid, he was a regular at the Springfield Civic Center every year, and that was the closest place my dad could take me to see monster trucks. A college professor obsessed with Taylor Swift. When I was in college, I don't know that Taylor Swift was that much of a known entity yet, because I'm an old man.
Here we go.
Come on, we can save this. No, we can't. Come on. Respawned in the middle of a wheelie. did we get another, we did get another bot. How do these bots know anyone wants to see anybody naked? Don't they know this is Monster Jam? Tomfoolery Motorsports is Florida? No way, are they really? Man. I hope they're okay. And not even just because of the hurricane. Florida's just a terrible place.
Excellent bicycle.
Wants me to do a backflip for extra points. Alright, let's see if we can actually do a backflip this time. Let's see, we need a ramp with a long build-up and a high pitch.
Oh, it just keeps getting better.
Go around, go around, go around. Yeah, there we go. There's that backflip.
The last 10 seconds.
Monster Jam's a lot like a strip club. I assume. I've never been. I mean, I've been to Monster Jam. I should specify. I left that one pretty open-ended there.
And today's winner is Excalibur. That was insane.
It's been a long day, guys. How does a plebe like myself learn to backflip? Is it possible in my late 30s? The first time I did a moonsault in a wrestling ring, I was 36. So yes, you can do a backflip for the first time in your 30s. Late 30s at that. I am living proof. The fact that I lived through it is pretty good proof. However, I will say the last backflip I did in a ring I was 38. And I don't know that I'm going to be breaking out that many more moonsaults. I think it was the great philosopher and comedian Gallagher who once said, once you pass 35, there's a part of your brain that tells you to please stop putting your ass above your head. Yeah, Bobby. I have photographic evidence I've been to Monster Jam. So just saying, just throwing it out there. There's proof. All right, let's switch it up. Let's go with the other Anderson vehicle here. Now, does this one also... Yeah, okay, this one does have some other looks. I just don't have any of them. Let's see, is it going to tell me what I need to get it? Whoa. Maybe... Whoa. I can get Pirate Skurs. Okay. Huh. Oh, there we go. Bicycle Parade. Perform 10 times a bicycle stunt with Son of a Digger. Okay. I can maybe do that. Oh, and Son of a Bicycle. Huh. It's all just bicycles. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Why not a Monster Jam themed strip club? I would say based on their most recent deal being set up with Disney that's probably not in the works. But who knows? I could be wrong. What do I know? Look, guys, I'm just here to play video games and deny any requests at playing guitar. That's why I'm here today. But in the future, absolutely I will. Hi, May.
Acrobatics and insane amounts of adrenaline.
No, Joey Nails, stop suggesting things that only fetuses understand. Reel it in, buddy. Come on. All right, here we go. We won't forget. Yeah, we'll see about that. I'll probably forget. If I get my head rammed into the ground again like I did on Friday. 50 cal out here trying to remove my short-term memory. Boy, there was a really great picture that I had in my Instagram story yesterday, courtesy I think of Joey Nails. There was a backstage picture someone had shared from the show this weekend, and boy, the look on my face just said it all about my experience there. Son of a Digger is just Grave Digger and Kingsling fused together. Yeah, I think the Andersons have got to get off using Digger in the name of all their vehicles because
Unstoppable.
some of them are not sounding super good. I don't like the way that they read. They have a new mud truck with a name that does not have a great sound to
Manages
it
to
to me.
hold it.
But hey, I don't work for them. They make all kinds of money
You
in
wouldn't want to get
motorsports,
in the
and
way of that truck.
I just play monster truck video games, wrestle, and refuse all requests to play the guitar. So, you know, what do I know?
Makes a perfect donut.
What is it? You're gonna have to look it up. I'm not gonna say it because if I say it, it sounds a little bit too much like the thing I don't want it to sound like.
Great big air.
How about a monster truck with the name Ice Climber? It'd be appropriate for this level, absolutely.
That
Um,
bicycle was something
I will
else.
say there's a I don't know if there've been any
Last
monster
10
trucks with the word
seconds.
climber in the name that I can think of. I do know there was the Michigan Ice Monster, which is one of my all-time favorites because it was one of the 8 monster
Unstoppable.
trucks featured in the 1986 Return of the Monster Trucks, which was the first ever televised monster truck racing. That was my introduction to monster trucks. And they recently they revived that truck just a few years ago, so it's back racing again. Yeah, Bobby Gilbert saying the same thing. He knows. All right, yeah, we're gonna have to replay that because,
El
yeah.
Toro
Oh
Loco.
sure,
With
yeah.
that
Look at this
incredible
show
score,
off.
he claims the
Oh,
number
I'm so
one
special. I
crown.
won. Ugh.
Power, acrobatics, and insane amounts of adrenaline. Here at the Alaska Arena, another spectacular freestyle competition is about
It's also just as well that Johnny Torres couldn't make it. What's the new truck? I can't find it anywhere. Um, if you look up, trying to think what to look up. You know, I can just tell you
You
what it
wouldn't
is.
want to get in the
It
way
still
of
has the
that
word
truck.
digger in it, like grave digger, but instead of son of a or grave, they've decided since it's a mud truck that it's dirty. And when you pair those two words together
Here
with
we
a
go.
deep southern accent like they have, it sounds like they're driving at something else that I don't really feel comfortable with.
Wow! Unstoppable!
Yeah. Thank you, Joey Nails. There you go. Yes, everyone's catching on now. Yeah, not a great name. I can only assume
You
that
wouldn't
that
want
is
to get
not
in
what
the
they
way of
meant.
that truck.
But honestly, son of a digger also doesn't sound that good to me. Like, I kind of don't love that name, but like, I get that, you know, it's, oh yeah, well, you know, Gravedigger was his dad,
That
so this is
is a
his truck.
perfect pogo.
So, like, I get it, but it sounds like they're trying for a pun, and the only pun that really works for it is not great. Yeah, Joey Nails agrees.
Unstoppable!
Thank you. In fact, the first time I went to Monster Jam, the only truck I didn't take a picture with was Son of a
Oh,
Digger because the
perfect
name just
execution of
made
the
me
sky
uncomfortable.
wheelie.
I mean, it's also from like, you know, it's from a super deep south area. So like
30
there's a lot of
seconds.
reason to kind of assume the worst in their in their naming scheme, but you know, I having met some of the Andersons,
Makes a
I just assume
perfect
that that's
donut.
not it, but I also know better than to assume. You know, I've definitely had some folks that I've assumed the
10
best in them, and they've
seconds.
really let me down. Someone sometimes should ask me about Someone sometimes should ask me about
You
a
wouldn't want to
person
get
who
in the
used
way
to
of
be a
that
regular in
truck.
the chat on these streams, who was a regular at shows out here, who really let me down and is not in any of those places anymore for damn good reason. But I won't talk about it on stream
Unstoppable.
because it's too terrible. But if you see me in person, I'll tell you what it was. Eighth place still. See, I'm getting distracted. All right, you know what? We're gonna switch to a different level. Oh, okay, Joey Nails. The picture this weekend was from your dad. Got it. Got it. Yeah,
Living up to
there's
the
a really
name
great picture from the
and
weekend that shows how I
dominating
felt
the
about
arena.
uh,
El Toro
certain
Loco
experiences from some of the shows this
wins.
weekend. Tell you, I had a great time Friday. Blitzkrieg Pro was amazing. Hey, we unlocked Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Hell yeah. Wait, and what's this one? Oh, and we got one of the son of a diggers. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. We're unlocking a bunch of stuff. All right, even though I didn't do anything, I didn't even clear that level. All right, let's switch it up. We'll go to Death Valley and see what's new here. Oh man, all kinds of new stuff. That's what I'm talking about. Joey Nails, the hoochie. Yeah, yeah. You know, lots of wrestlers are at different points in their development. So, I don't want to pass judgment on anyone's abilities because, it takes people different amounts of time to get where they're going. That's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're all doing great. We're all doing great and we're all refusing all requests to play the guitar.
Monster Jam fans,
No,
welcome to
yeah,
the
I guess there is a
gathering
Cybertruck
arena,
monster truck, but
where
it's not
the
really a
thrill of
Cybertruck
the
monster truck. It's just a
racetrack
monster truck
competition
with a
is about to
body
begin.
that looks like a cyber. Ugh, ugh. Those Cybertrucks are so hideous. I feel like every weekend when I have a booking, I pass one. Yeah, I may. So there are monster trucks that aren't cool. Yeah, yeah, that's fair. This is a weird freestyle track.
Unstoppable.
Um, yeah, I feel like every weekend on my way to shows now, I'm passing new Cybertrucks in different areas,
Oh, it
which
just
is
keeps
wild
getting better.
because at this point I've seen probably 6 or 7 different ones out in the wild, and they've only sold 3,000 of them,
Here we go.
and almost a third of those are said to be like inoperable because they've broken down terribly.
Ho, ho, ho. You wouldn't want to
So
get
there's
in the
only
way of that
2,000 in the
truck.
entire world out in the wild, and I've seen like 6, which is like, I feel like a pretty notable amount.
Awesome stunt.
I'm not thrilled about it. Oh, we got one of these things. How do I hit the ramp to get that? All right, let's see. Oh, there's like weird targets and stuff. What is this level? Oh, there's all kinds of weird built-in stuff. Come on, get it, get it. Yeah.
Ho, ho, ho. You wouldn't
That's
want to
what I'm,
get in the way of that truck.
that's what I'm talking about. Can we go up this thing? Oh, almost. I want to hit that drone. Drones are almost as annoying as Cybertrucks.
Amazing big save.
See, Joey Nails is seen too, and he lives in, you know, bumfuck
30
Maine.
seconds to go.
Yeah, I did it. Look at that. Come on, let's go.
Excellent bicycle. Nailed it. Awesome stunt.
No, oh no. Did I lose it? I lost it. Not gonna lie, kind of want a Cybertruck. Bobby Gilbert, as one of my mods, can you ban Joey Nails? Yeah, I'd take a drone over a Cybertruck too. I've seen a matte black one. There's one that's somewhere close to where Rip lives. The only pro I've
When
seen to the
you're
Cybertruck,
that
the only thing
hungry
that
for
seems cool to
victory,
me,
hit your mail.
is when I saw one in person. It was
Ruthless
taking a turn. I
wins.
realized that they have four-wheel steering. That's pretty cool. That's kind of like a monster truck, but it's not enough to make up for literally everything
Here
else
at
about a
Death Valley
Cybertruck.
Arena, everything is ready to kick off a new
Like, can you imagine the work
freestyle
that they had to
competition.
go to get me to
Burn your
dislike an
engines
electric
and
vehicle?
hold on tight.
Like, that's insane. All right, Joey Nails, you can come back. You're welcome back. Unbanned, but we're watching you. No more Cybertruck talk. Man, this track is really. Oh, there's a thing over there too, huh? All right, let's hit that. I'm like wasting all my freestyle time. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's get a good run up to this. bunch of them.
Good truck awareness.
Oh, I didn't hit it. Oh no.
Now that's what I call a big save.
Yeah, I mean, if they say so. I was just hammering the throttle and seeing what would happen. Got it. Come on, let's go.
Great big
Donk.
air.
Oh, didn't hit any of them. The line's back there. Oh, man. Got a lively chat group today. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Hit that World Finals high jump measuring stick thingy.
Oh, great wheelie. Oh, you wouldn't want to get in the way of that truck.
The announcer in this, and I've said it a few times playing it before, but the weird, like, Yosemite Sam vibes I get from this announcer is just so hilarious. When you go to the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks live tour, they have these, like, terrible computer animation sketches starring the trucks that go on the screen before the show starts. But they're not made to look like the real trucks. They're made to look like the toys of the trucks. And they have voices for all the trucks. And because Bigfoot's the original truck, so he's the oldest, they gave him like this old-timey prospector's voice. Very strange. 7th. I had so many points. Okay, what did it do? Did it not give me the points? Did I lose them somehow? Good Lord. Come on, I was doing great. All right, time to focus up. You know what it is? I need a different version of this truck. We already unlocked a different look for it. Hogwash. Hey, did I unlock both of the Sonovas just like that? Holy crap, I think I did. Have I completed the Anderson clan in this game? I have. All right, we're switching to the fire look. Let's go. All right, let's try the same level again and see if I can actually get some damn points this time. Yes, well, the Disgraced Cousin Dirty is a mud truck, not a monster truck, so it would never be on Monster Jam or in the game. Similar to, God, what's King Sling. King Sling is Dennis Anderson's mud truck. In what world do I blank on? Yeah, look at that. That is a sick paint job. I'm gonna rip a couple donuts so we can get a good look at it. I do like that the frame is yellow too. Come on. Yeah, look at that.
Ooh, great donut.
Oh, so sick. The story's gonna start very boring, but then get fun very quickly. My lawnmower is currently broken, so I have a part coming in for it so I can fix it this weekend. And I've decided that if I get it up and running, I'm gonna paint it like Gravedigger. It has headlights that turn on the front, and I'm gonna tint them red, like the red headlights on the front of Gravedigger. I think the neighbors will appreciate it. Truth be told, I don't know that the neighbors appreciate or unappreciate anything that I do. I've come to the conclusion they don't. Right? I think originally I was going to do it as Bigfoot, but then I kind of looked at it. It's already green, like a dark green, and I feel like the shape of a ride-on lawnmower somehow feels closer to Gravedigger. And then when I realized the headlights, I was like, all right, yeah, maybe I'll just do this, because it's an old lawnmower. Like we bought it used, like years and years ago. So might as well, you know, it's not like it's going to have any resale value or anything. You know, might as well make it look crazy and weird. Who knows? Maybe I'll start hauling it around in the back of the Rabbit to my wrestling shows. Ride my Gravedigger lawnmower to the ring. I think the only place where I could do that is RPM Fest. So who knows? Maybe I get the big superstar entrance next year. It's fitting at RPM Fest. RPM Fest, I'm like totally the hometown hero, since it's in Turner's Montague, and I grew up like the house I grew up in that my parents still live in is like 5 minutes from RPM Fest, and the house I live in now is like 15 minutes from RPM Fest. Yeah, if Less Than Jake starts coming through the PA system and you suddenly hear a decade-old Craftsman lawnmower fire up, you know Perry's coming. Yeah, I did it. I beat it. There we go. You know what it was? I needed that the fire paint scheme. That's what we needed. All right, let's see about this one. At this point, I feel like they come to Michigan and pick me up so I can. Yeah, start driving now. It's a long drive. Okay, Joey, those are not the lyrics. They're very close, but that's not the lyric. Delmy does that too. Delmy sings the lyrics wrong, and I think she does it to troll me. The lyrics are I think, I know it all. Not sometimes I think I know it all. The song is Automatic by Less Than Jake. Go add it to your Spotify. It is a ska classic. A song that myself and Herobotic have sung to live so many times. One of my favorite concert experiences of all time was actually when Herobotic wound up missing Automatic. Um, we we had been sort of deprived of music we really liked um, at UMass for a whole year, and then the spring concert came, and it was like the year before we'd been real lucky. Our spring concert was like Dropkick Murphys, and it was right before they became like jock rock, so it was like still cool to like the Dropkick Murphys. Um, you know, the Red Sox hadn't found out about them yet. And so then the next year, the spring concert, like the big spring concert at UMass, was like it's like some rap artist that I couldn't have possibly cared about, and I was really bummed because that free concert was like a big deal to all of us students. But at Southwest, the section of UMass with the huge tower dorms, they always had a concert on the lawn every year. And we found out like the day before, and it's free, you just walk up on the lawn and they set up a stage. We found out like the day before that it was Less Than Jake. And I was so happy because they're one of my like all-time favorite bands. Like in my top 10, if not my top 5. Probably the only band I would give that distinction to who are not like a strictly novelty band. And so we're waiting for them to come on. And Herobotic still lived in a dorm right there and ran off to use the bathroom. And they came on while he was gone. He came back like 2 songs into their set. And they had a long pause and people started yelling out songs that they wanted them to play. And Herobotic yelled out Automatic, and I had to tell him they opened with it and you missed it. It's still it's a sad laugh, but it makes me laugh. What are my top 10 rock bands of all time? Oh, that's really hard because like, you know, I'm gonna throw in a lot of like novelty acts that most people would not necessarily lump in that category. I mean, Less Than Jake is. Oh, what did I do for this? This is some crazy points. Like I stacked up my points here. Wow, 1.5 million. Please tell me that I get something for that. Right? I don't know that I could put my top 10 in a specific order, and you know, like any other list, it changes day to day. You know, if you ask me in an hour, my answer might be different. Um, Number one, and no one else comes even close. And I would honestly list this in any genre I was asked. Weird Al Yankovic. No one. Hey, Thunder Roarus unlocked. Let's go. Robotic remembers that concert all too well. That concert was amazing. That was so good. Yeah, we gotta. I gotta get you out to see Less Than Jake again. Me and Johnny Torres go every time they come anywhere nearby. Um, all right. Well, we've cleaned out that level. Um, oh, this one's got some stuff in it. Whoa, lots of stuff. Okay. Um, let's see. Oh, do I want your top 10? Everyone can throw in their top 10s into the chat. It's awesome. Just so mad I missed automatic. Uh, the one of the last times I saw Less Than Jake, a whole bunch of us from Blitzkrieg Pro went, and right before they came on, some of them were asking me like, like we are all like talking. One of them goes, "What do you think they'll open with?" And I just went, "They're gonna open with my entrance theme." And when they do, I'm gonna throw my hands in the air like I do in my entrance. I'm gonna go right down into the pit, and I'm gonna start wrecking people. And they came out on stage, and sure enough, you could hear over the audio, "This is the old dude, Howie J. Reynolds, and you're listening to less." And my arms just went up in the air, and I just disappeared into the pit for the rest of the set. And these were a bunch of my wrestling friends who'd never been to a punk show with me,
Death Valley
except for
Stadium,
Johnny Torres. He
fire
knew.
your
He knew
engines.
that I go in the
It's
pit. I don't
time
care that
for
I'm old.
everybody's favorite
Uh, and
competition.
they could not
Let's kick
believe
off the
that in my late
Freestyle
30s, this I was probably
Showdown.
38 at this concert, that I was still going down in the pit for a 2-hour set. You know, when you go see a band that you know and you love, you get down in the pit and you scream every lyric. That's right.
Great
Come
nose
on, let's
wheelie.
go. Nose wheelie and a moonwalk to kick things off. Let's go.
Great balance.
And the physics when you hit a car in this game are really not accurate.
Wheelie.
Come on, forward flip, let's go.
Ooh, a textbook donut.
I'm too tiny for a pit. Uh, as I recall from meeting you in the audience at
Let's
RPM
go
Fest,
wheelie.
you are a very similar height to my my ex that I dated
Here
through
we go.
high school and the beginning of college, and she went into every pit. She was in all the Less Than Jake pits, to her
That
credit.
bicycle was something else.
She didn't get to see any of the show. You know, that's the downside when you're short and you go in the pit. You can't see anything unless you're right up against the front gate, which we often were.
That is a perfect pogo.
No, oh no, I had so many points ranked up and I blew it. I looked away at the chat to see what was going on. I'm a gate girl. Ah, I
The
like that as
perfect maneuver.
a descriptor for a particular type of person at
Only
a
10
rock show.
seconds left.
Gate girls, pit people. I'm a gate girl. I would always push my way up to the gate, and rather than doing a ton of moshing, I would just scream every lyric along with the bands. Eighth position. I got to redo this. Uh, oh man, mosh pit for Slipknot is a lot of fun. I will say, the two most wild mosh pits I ever saw. One of them makes total sense. It was NoFX. They had oversold. Uh, that's a hell of a pit to be in. Uh, NoFX. They had oversold the Palladium in Worcester. It was their first time playing Massachusetts in years, and so the place was overpacked. It was already dangerous. Uh, and
Fire up the
then
crowd.
they
Number
decided to
one
open
today
with the
is
decline.
Jurassic Attack.
Boy, that was some energy. That went crazy. Uh, Yeah, there were people like jumping off the
And
bar,
Death
like
Valley
it was
Stadium,
wild.
a new freestyle
And then the
championship
other
about
craziest pit
to
I ever
begin.
saw,
Let the
no
Monster
joke,
Jam
and actually
trucks
Robotic
roll
was at
in
this
and
show.
hear those
It was
engines
at the
roar.
Axis in Boston back when that still existed, before the Axis and the Avalon were joined together and turned into the House of Blues or whatever it is now. But the Axis was the smaller of the two venues, and the Aquabats played there, and it was before they had like a kids TV show and everything, and they were just a ska band that didn't come around the East Coast very often. And man, that pit was wild for a goofy, funny costume band made of superheroes. Like unreal. Um, Wait, am I still supposed to do my top 10 bands? Because I can try. Oh, nice long bicycle
Excellent
there.
bicycle. Big air.
Bobby did. I saw Bobby's flash by in the chat already. So Bobby did his. He held up his end of the
Perfect
deal.
donut.
Let's see. Yeah. So Weird Al, far and away number one. I know. Weird choice for like rock bands of all time,
You were
considering
right
that
in
he
the
kind
way
of.
of that truck.
I hate to say it because it's gonna sound like I'm giving him too much praise, but that's who I am. He sort of transcends
Perfect
genre.
maneuver.
But yeah, Weird Al number one, and it's not even close. Yeah, I think we're all doing top 10. I think that's a fair thing to do. But yeah, Weird Al number one, and then everyone else, like, if I was being fair, Weird Al would be 1 through
Good
10, and
truck
everyone else can start at
awareness.
11. But well, for the sake of argument, we'll say Weird Al number one. The rest are going to be not necessarily in a specific order, but it
Engine
is going to be a
stalled.
lot of novelty artists. Weird Al is too old to dare to be stupid. You know, you say
Makes a
that,
perfect donut.
but I think he's gonna prove you wrong on this
Only
tour.
10
And I mean,
seconds
he did
left.
just fine on his last tour. Um, when he did the tour with the symphony orchestra a couple years ago, like
Here's
three,
the
4 years ago, it
lead-in.
was right before COVID. Um, I saw him out in Boston at an outdoor venue, and
Nailed
it
it.
was
Awesome stunt.
like in a heat wave in July. It was like 98 degrees outside, and there he is in his mid 60s,
Makes a
accordion
perfect
in
donut.
hand, wearing big heavy costumes, running all around the stage, singing like a maniac, just sweating buckets. Uh, I was watching him and thinking like, I wouldn't be able to do all this, and I'm an athlete. I was blown away. Mid 2000s was a great era. My first Al concert was 1999. All right, did I do it? Did I take first? I think I did. Yeah, there we go. All right, so Weird Al number one. The rest aren't necessarily in an order, but I'm going to say numbers so that I don't forget how many I've already named. Number two, I'm throwing the Aquabats on there for sure. Three, Less Than Jake. Uh, and this is where it gets dicey because I'm going to like, I hate doing lists because I'm going to forget bands that really mean a lot to me. Green Day, I know they were foundational to my understanding of punk rock and music. But of course, you have to remember when I was first hearing Green Day was pre-American Idiot. I was in the 6th grade listening to Dookie when it was like still pretty new. Blink 182 for similar reasons. I didn't realize this band would be in my top 10, and I probably wouldn't have thought of them until I saw them live a few years back. But Sum 41, man, what a back catalog, just unreal. Let's see. Again, it's very mainstream, very like surface level for most people. Metallica, everything pre Saint Anger is, I think, again, I'm going to use the term a lot, foundational. Foundational to people who
At
want an
Death Valley
understanding of rock
Stadium,
music,
a new
especially in the metal
freestyle
genre.
challenge is
Um,
about to begin.
Another one that I'll say is
Let the
foundational, mostly
Monster
because it's a
Jam
community
trucks
reference and
roll
I think
in
it's funny.
and hear
Bare Naked
those
Ladies,
engines
way
roar.
up there. They're so like If you haven't thought about them in a while or done a deep dive on the old back catalog, I mean, what a even just their first like 5 albums, what a run. How many is that? Who's keeping track? Because I know that's not 10.
Moonwalk! Perfect sidewalls means points in the bag. Oh, great wheelie!
That's 7? I really I got to 7? That's pretty good. I thought it would have frozen up before then. Um, let's see, and this is where I got to start thinking carefully because we're sticking to specifically the rock genre, which is a wide-reaching genre, but you know, when I start thinking of favorite bands, I start veering into weird directions. So there's a band called Steam Powered Giraffe. I know Diz knows them. If you're unfamiliar with Steam Powered Giraffe, they are an incredible act. They're steam powered automaton robots, ostensibly. They're a costume band. They're incredible. Every album better than the last, and the first album was straight up a perfect album. Let's see, who else? Who else makes the list? Oh, you know who else makes the list, and they got to be on it? Tenacious D. Like I said, there's going to be some novelty acts, but man, that first Tenacious D album and the soundtrack to their movie, unparalleled. See, that's what, 9, so I got room for one more, and this is where it's hard, because like I know I'm going to forget something that's really important to me.
Only 10 seconds left.
I don't know, Hirobotic, who am I forgetting to mention that's way up there on the list for me? I know I'm forgetting someone important. Tribute remains my favorite as well. Wonder Boy is a close second. Uh, I know I've already dropped one F-bomb on this stream, and I tend to not swear very much, but Fuck Her Gently is a great Tenacious D song. 40-year-old man worried about swearing on Twitch.
Monster Jam fans, give it up for today's winner.
All right, I gotta play that one again because I didn't make it happen.
Death Valley Stadium.
Oh, Karate's a good one. Sasquatch from before the first album dropped from the old HBO series was amazing. Let's see. Who else makes the list? I got to put one more on the list. Let's see. Who watches a lot of my Instagram stories? What bands have I used that I'm not thinking of? Oh, you know what? The answer was right in front of me the whole time. They Might Be Giants. Hirobotic should have told me that one if he's still in the chat. That was one of the first bands that he and I really like bonded over. But They Might Be Giants is really, really, I think, so important to everything I love in bands. They're a novelty act without being a novelty act. They fade in and out of genres.
It just keeps getting better.
I'm reading Joey Nails' list and going like, just being stunned. He and I could not have more different taste in music, I don't think. Wait, who else gave their 10 already? Who did I miss? Because I saw Bobby's. It flashed by quickly, but I saw it there. Did anyone else put him in there? Where's Hirobotic's 10? I want to see who he puts on there. I have some guesses on who would make his list.
It just keeps getting better.
I was listening to a podcast that referred to Imagine Dragons as Imagine Wagons, and now it's all I can think about. I love the idea of someone purposely getting the band name wrong. I think it's a great gag. Sorry, playing Deadlock again. Oh, do we have to wait for your top 10 bands then? Graves, I saw them live for free. They weren't that bad. I mean, when it's free, you know, you have a slightly lower bar, right? Hey, there we go. That's the first place I needed. Just as bad as Falling in Reverse. Yeah, it's weird. There's a few bands that I could there's a few bands that I could definitely put up there in terms of how important they were to me, especially like when I was in my bands, how important they were to me. Um but like I'm hesitant to because of like who they are. You know what I mean? Like Reliant K had some great stuff, but they're like a weird Christy band. For those who don't know, my the lead singer of my high school punk band was like part of one of those weird born again cults. So he pushed a lot of that into like what we would cover, but we were always very pushy about which songs we would do. Falling in Reverse. Oh man. Wait, Graves, did you put your top 10 in? Because I feel like yours is going to have like way more interesting answers than mine. So many of mine were so like I walked a weird line between mainstream and like couldn't be further from mainstream. Like I don't think Steam Powered Giraffe could be a lot further from mainstream, but they definitely over time have become one of my all-time favorites. I feel like that's a little bit of a cop-out. Well, mine's so wild, I don't know if you want to hear it. That's a I don't feel like typing that much kind of answer. I mean, my list was mostly weird novelty costume bands. Looking Ronnie Radke is important. He's a bad person. But you know what? We don't need to talk about him or the unnameable wrestler. Thank you, Graves. I'm glad I could pressure you into that. I am still refusing all requests to play guitar. I will say, if anyone wants to, if anyone's all that interested, maybe later I'll tweet I'll go make a playlist of my old punk band from high school on YouTube, because the songs are all uploaded there. Maybe I'll share it out on Twitter. Blew it. No good, no good. Yeah, there's a bunch of unnameable wrestlers. I mean, at this point, really, the one that dude's dating is on the list too. Really, like I wouldn't. Double backflip. Yeah, let's go. Bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. Oh, no bicycle. Oh god, you know, naming top 10 rock bands, I didn't even like. I left Queen off the list. Bowie didn't make the list. The Ramones didn't. This is the trouble with like narrowing down a specific list. Like, yeah, that's a hard challenge. Yes, I'll redo the level. I'm just gonna keep playing it till I beat it. I mean, came all this way.
Let the Monster Jam trucks roll in and hear those engines roar.
I gotta try to keep up with the product a bit more. I don't know who does what anymore, unless it's like someone who's an old friend of mine. I try to keep up with what they're doing, but even then, I just kind of look for Twitter updates. Joey Nails, don't be like me. Try to keep up on the damn industry. My lack of keeping up on the industry is not a great example to set if you're someone who's trying to do something within wrestling. You should definitely know what's going on, so do as I say, not as I do in this instant. My urge to be a good teacher took over. I'm sorry, everyone. That was not the most interesting part of the stream.
Ho! You wouldn't want to get in the way of that truck.
Every time I look over at the chat and I see the name Jamie Hayter, I immediately think of Jamie Heineman from Mythbusters. Anyone else watch Adam Savage's YouTube a lot? That's just me. Certain level of nerdy you need to watch Adam Savage just build stuff in his workshop.
Here's a wheelie. Big air. Makes a perfect donut. Awesome backflip.
There we go. Yes, Adam Savage's YouTube is amazing. He talks a lot about, you know, not everyone would know that pre-Mythbusters, his career was working for ILM, Industrial Light and Magic, George Lucas's special effects company, working on essentially practical effects back in the 90s and early 2000s. So like a lot of the main buildings in the prequels for Star Wars, while they are computer generated on screen, they built models to work from. He did the model building for that and for a lot of the ships. He has some great tutorials on there doing like scratch builds of custom spaceships and things. And then he also does more practical stuff like a lot of like, here's how to build this kind of infrastructure in your workshop, or okay, he's recently gotten into a little bit of 3D printing stuff. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Oh, hell yeah, AFI. Let's go. Mushroom Head. Love a costume band. Let's go. Typo Negative. Hey, there's a show I'm doing soon that's Typo Negative themed. I believe it's Blitzkrieg is running a Typo Negative themed show coming up in November. Okay, yeah. So I'm right. That is the one. All right. I was trying to remember which company it was. But Blitzkrieg always runs some cool punk, metal, ska theme for every show. They actually did a Less Than Jake themed one a couple years ago. They used Plastic Cup Politics for the name, which is a great name since the owner of the place at the time worked for a brewery.
That was a perfect backflip.
Yeah, whereas Pro Wrestling Grind just always goes with a metal song. Although they do, you know, I would debate whether I consider Led Zeppelin metal, but their annual anniversary show is always Led Zeppelin. It's Celebration Day is the name, and then they give it little subtitles. This year it's Whole Lotta Love.
Nose wheelie.
Right, we got a lot of top tens. I want to see in the chat a real specific genre. Costume bands. For your top two, just two. Let's top two costume bands.
The last 10 seconds. Backflip. Makes a perfect donut.
I'm gonna be Yeah, I'm gonna be scrolling back through this chat when I upload the stream to YouTube so that I can steal people's favorite bands and songs for like Instagram clips and
Wiping
stuff.
the floor with the competition.
It's weird. I
The
listen to
winner
so much
is
music while I'm downstairs working out. When
Jurassic
I come up and I
Parterre.
take the clips and I go to upload them, I always blank. I'm like, what? I need music for this.
At
You can
Death
tell the
Valley
days where I
Stadium,
really blank
the new
out because I just
Freestyle
say to hell
Challenge
with it and
is
I just use
about
little
to
clips from
begin.
Weird Al polka
Let the
medleys.
Monster Jam.
I mean, it's very me and I enjoy them, but those are the days where I'm like, I got nothing. I'm just gonna polka medley. When the new polka medley that Al just released dropped
You
and it
wouldn't want
had
to get in the way of that
Olivia
truck
Rodrigo's
tonight.
Vampire in it, I was so psyched.
Oh, great
Mudvayne,
wheelie.
nice. Bandmade. Oh shit, yeah, that's right. Damn. Yeah, there's like, see, whenever I think of costume bands, I'll blank and like I'll
Mascara
forget about
wheelie.
bands like Baby Metal, but like they gotta go in there. Like if the if the girls in Baby Metal took the
Ready to
stage in
hold it.
jeans and a t-shirt, that would be a real bummer, right? Like they gotta look like the way they look.
Nice pogo action.
Necro and Buckethead, absolutely.
Sidewalls.
But when you say Necro, are you talking about Necro Goblikon?
Here we go.
Because hell yeah. Yes.
Bicycle.
Baby Metal rules. Uh, for me, I think my choices are the Aquabats and the Residents. The Aquabats because they've they've
Backflip.
made a whole career out of the fact that they're weird, kind of hard to understand superhero characters, including having their own
Awesome
like kids show
pogo.
that they starred in, and then the Residents because they've had a career that's now gone a little almost either almost 50 years or a little over 50 years. And
10
still to this day,
seconds
no one knows who
before
any of the
last
band members are
maneuver.
because they've never revealed themselves. Including
Oh,
they've had band
this
members
truck is
pass
going
away, and
bananas
they do
today.
reveal who they are then. But then the next time you see the band, same number of members, and they don't tell you who the new people are. Incredible.
Wow.
Shark
Unstoppable.
Fighter is a great Aquabats song, and I was so glad that they played it live. The music video for it is insane. If you haven't seen it, it's wild. Uh, yeah, when I told Graves about the residents, yo, did how deep a dive did you do on them? Because there's some great stuff in there. Um, the documentary in particular, um, the theory of obscurity, man, uh, so much to learn as a performer about our relationship with our own art is. Um, yeah, seeing them live is just so great. I can't recommend it enough. If they ever come around again, I'll be sure to give some warning. Maybe me and the New England contingent of the chat here, we all do a meetup at a residence concert because that would be sick. Their concerts are never expensive either, which is amazing. Ah, that's awesome. I mean, it sucks that you lose sleep, but amazing that you found them that kind of addicting. Um, and again, if you haven't watched that documentary, it is free on Tubi. I can't recommend it enough. Um, so yeah, let's change trucks. We've been in this one truck for a little while here. Okay, I'm gonna throw it to the chat. Let's see. What truck should I? So, yes, Herobotic top ten rock bands. However you interpret that. Um, let's see. All right, I'm leaving it to the chat. Who am I? Hell yeah. Oh, you do costuming. I may have some projects coming up. I might need to reach out to you. Delmi Exo makes my in-ring gear, but my entrance gear I need some custom work done here and there. Um, let's see. All right, leaving it to the chat. What vehicle am I playing as here? We got a. I'm just gonna scroll through and then I'm gonna look and see if anyone shouts at me. Yo, Herobotic, I said BNL as well. Oh, they're BNL now. We need a shorthand for the bare naked ladies. They're that foundational. One of my favorite jokes in Community. I will. I will let you know if I think of it. Joey Nels, I didn't know you left. You seemed quiet, but I didn't know you'd left. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I do have the DLC because here they are. Yeah, let's break out Captain's Curse. Why not? I didn't realize that I had them. I guess I downloaded one of the versions of the game that came with it already. I'm sorry, Joey Nails. This isn't an airport. You don't have to announce your departures and arrivals.
At Death Valley Stadium, a new freestyle challenge is about to begin.
All right, here we go. New truck. New truck. Aw, so sick. Look at that. Look at that flag on there. It's the not so jolly Roger.
You wouldn't want to get in the way
Oh,
of that
I almost just did a standing backflip on that. Wow, this thing's a damn pogo truck. So years ago, they talked on commentary on Monster Jam about how a lot of the trucks, where their center of gravity was and the specific way they were set up, they were sort of like almost cheating at freestyle, where it was too easy for them to go into wheelies. And they referred to them as pogo trucks because if they got on the throttle, it would just yank the nose straight in the air. And this truck like distinctly behaves differently than the trucks I was playing as before. And it should. It's a DLC that was paid for, so you know, better be special, right?
Oh, it just keeps getting better.
It's a backflip, huh?
Wow, that was
There you go.
phenomenal. Ooh, good truck awareness.
Whoa.
Only 30 seconds to go.
Is that really not worth any points? Come on. That was crazy. Okay. All right. Well, so much for all that. I was doing really good for a second there.
The last 10 seconds.
I forgot, Herobotic, I forgot that your wife was a diehard Bare Naked Ladies fan, which is crazy because I feel like that was like one of the first things I learned about her. But Herobotic, I'm interested to see your full top 10 if it pops up.
Bakugan Dragonoid is built for battle, and this result proves the point. Death Valley Stadium, fire your engines. It's time for everybody.
Oh, there we go. There it is. Hang on. This warrants a pause. They might be giants. Dismemberment plan. So many dynamos. Beck, Bowie. Yep, all making sense. Dear boy. Holy fuck. New Order, the replacements, and the Smoking Popes. Oh, the Smoking Popes. Hell yeah. Man. Yeah, that's how I felt when I finished my list. Yeah, you and I have a great bit of overlap. Um, which makes a which tracks, honestly.
You wouldn't want to get in the way of that truck.
Herobotic is one of those people whose taste in music, when we first met in college, wound up influencing my own a great deal. There's a lot of bands that I don't think I would have wound up caring for as much if it hadn't been for Herobotic's influence. The Smoking Popes and the Lemonheads. Oh, and Ted Leo, all being way up on that list. Those are all ones that I feel like I really have Herobotic to blame.
Makes a perfect donut. Wow! Unstoppable! Improved truck awareness. Get better. Oh, anybody got a fire extinguisher? This driver's on fire!
Good, I beat the level finally. People still swap playlists. Oh, Streetlight. Yeah. No, totally Streetlight. Yeah, that makes the list for sure. Um there was a time when I was in California where I had suddenly discovered just how much I really loved bands that used Talking Heads. Um, when I learned that I really loved bands that had a lot of synth in them, especially pop synth, which I mean you get a bit of that in the Talking Heads. There's sort of like a B-52s thing there too. Um, and so I tweeted out that I needed recommendations, and Herobotic and a bunch of our college friends made a playlist on Spotify called Synth Pop and Locket. Boingo Boingo. Oh, come on. Yeah, how could Graveyard Brat forget about the Dead Man's Party? I mean, come on. I was lucky enough a number of years ago to see Danny Elfman conduct the LA Symphony Orchestra doing the music of the Tim Burton movies in LA. And for his encore, after doing the entirety of Nightmare Before Christmas as the second half of the show, during which they had Catherine O'Hara come out and sing the part of Sally. Like, holy crap. Uh, After all that, for the encore, he came out and they did Dead Man's Party by Oingo Boingo to open. It was wild. All right. Did I beat that one finally? I think I did. I wasn't paying attention. Catherine O'Hara is the best. When Catherine O'Hara came out on stage, I knew Devo. Yeah, let's go. When Catherine O'Hara came out on stage, I was looking at the screen and immediately knew who it was. And like you had that feeling where it's like she played the mom in so many movies that meant so much to me as a kid. Like I could feel tears in my eyes. I was like choked up when she came out on stage because she was just there. And my wife couldn't see who it was. She goes, "Who is it?" And the only thing I could think to do was to just go, "Kevin!" from Home Alone. And immediately she knew who it was. It was pretty amazing. If I'd been there the next year, they did the exact same thing, but for uh, there's the trio of characters from Nightmare Before Christmas. When they came out to sing one of the songs, they had Paul Rubens and Weird Al Yankovic come out and sing the voices. So Pee Wee Herman and Weird Al came out. I really wish I'd been there that year. But the year I went was pretty good.
At Death Valley Stadium, a new freestyle challenge is about to begin. Let the Monster Jam trucks roll in and hear those engines
Yeah, definitely Devo
roar.
on the list for sure. I keep looking over at the chat just to get caught up. But I mean, I think for real, the clip of that is on YouTube, and Yeah, every once in a while I watch it and lament that I wasn't there
Great
for it.
news,
I
Wee
will
Wee.
say I was fortunate enough one time in California I was doing stand up and
What a
right
spectacular
before my set
figure!
I was told like it was at a little like cafe in
It
on the
just
Google
keeps
campus,
getting
but
better.
like, just open to everyone. It wasn't like a Google event or anything. It was just that's where the cafe was. And it was an open mic. But it's the Bay Area, so there's a lot of famous comedians there. I'm waiting my turn to do my set. I'm on way at the end, and the host comes up to me and says, "Hey, I'm really sorry. I know you've been waiting a long time. Do you mind if I bump you back a spot? We just had someone show up, and I'm going to let them up real quick." And I said, "Yeah, yeah, no problem." And Robin Williams came on and did like 20 minutes. Absolutely insane. And then I went up. I went up and did my five, and it went fine because everyone was in a great mood because they'd just been surprised with Robin Williams. And as I'm coming off the stage, the host says,
A
"Don't leave
perfect
yet. You're not
maneuver.
going to believe this." And went up and said, "Well, we have another surprise drop," and introduced Dave Chappelle.
Only
Uh,
30 seconds to
in an
go.
era when Dave Chappelle wasn't as problematic, of course. Um, and that was wild. So yeah, I once did
Great
stand up right
bounce.
between Robin Williams and Dave Chappelle. A completely unearned position. Like I did fine, and I always did very
The
well at
last
stand up,
10
but
seconds.
yeah, not that well. I did meet Robin Williams
Manages to
very
hold it.
briefly. He didn't stick around very long after his set, but I did meet him. I also got to meet Dana Carvey. I didn't realize he was part owner of a club where I was doing comedy,
Monster
and he
moments.
pulled me
Well
into the
earned
room
number
after to
one
give me notes
today.
on my set. He really liked it. He was very kind, and that was
At
wild
Death Valley
because
Stadium,
growing
opening
up,
the freestyle challenge
Wayne's
is
World was a
about
really
to
important movie to
begin.
me. Wayne's World and
Let the
Wayne's World 2.
Monster Jam trucks
So
roll
meeting Dana
in
Carvey
and
blew me away
hear
right
those
away.
engines
Like he
roar.
started giving me notes, and I was just staring at him, and he goes, "Are you okay?" And I went, "You were Garth." And he goes, "Yeah, yeah." And then he started giving me notes again, and he looks up at me, and there's a long pause. I go, "You were the church lady." And he just goes, "I'm not letting this be as big a moment for you as it should be, am I?" And I kind of like shook my head. No,
Great
I don't
news,
get
Wee Wee.
I don't get silent. I don't get like freaked out and speechless around celebrities often, but some of them were important to me.
What a spectacular figure!
Hirobotic, I would have taken that. I would have taken that challenge with you. We would have failed because that is
Good
not how
stroke
time works.
awareness.
But man, to this day, I can quote most of that movie beginning to end. My best friend growing up, Clayton, and I, we had an entire summer where every day we would wake up, hop on our bikes as soon as the sun was up. We'd go meet each other at the park nearest our house.
Big air.
We'd go ride around until lunchtime, and then we would go back to his house. And while his parents were gone to work, we would cook lunch, and then we would sit down. And we would either watch Home Alone, Home Alone 2, Wayne's World, or Wayne's World 2. And we did that every day for an entire summer vacation. And to this day, all four of those movies, word for word. Uh,
Pulls off a perfect
every
style, Wee Wee.
Christmas, my wife and I still watch Home Alone and Home Alone 2.
Improved track
And
awareness.
yeah,
Getting
every word.
better.
It's crazy how certain scenes in that movie still
Great
make me
truck
laugh like
awareness. This
uncontrollably,
is
even though I
every
watch it
fan's
every year.
friend.
Home Alone 2, the scene with the bricks coming off the building at Marv, nothing gets me like that.
Wow, that was phenomenal.
It's just on that like very short list of movies that
Oh,
I can
anybody got
just
a
quote
fire
beginning to end.
extinguisher? This driver's
It's
on
like maybe it's
fire.
just those four and UHF.
10 seconds for one
But I'm
last
willing to bet that
maneuver.
of everyone in this chat, Justice and I are the only ones old enough to have watched UHF. And Herobotic and I are I'm doxing Herobotic. Herobotic and I are the only ones to have watched UHF more than one time. There we go, first place. Let's go. Have I unlocked any levels yet? Because there was a truck there was a challenge back at one of the other ones. I think it was down in Alaska. What time am I at? Yeah, we got time to see if I can do one more here. Let's see. Was it in here? No. Could have been in here. No. In here? Also no. Huh. Maybe here? No. No. Must have been up in Death Valley. Let's see. Here. I'll There it is, and it is unlocked. All right, yeah, let's unlock a boss battle here. We're gonna end the stream with a boss battle. I love UHF. Have it on VHS. Let's go. Yo, one of my all-time favorites. Oh man, just if you ever get the chance, the DVD release, I think they included it on the Blu-ray eventually. I don't have the Blu-ray version. Uh, Weird Al does amazing commentary for the film, and then halfway through the film, his commentary he just goes, "I got to take a leak." And suddenly his hand comes up in front of the commentary, pauses the movie, he stands up and walks out of the room. Like it killed me. This was like I couldn't imagine how they even made that work on the DVD. And I love it. Wayne's World, Princess Bride, probably Big Lebowski. Yeah, Princess Bride I can probably get most of. Um, but yeah, UHF to me is maybe I've said this phrase a lot on this stream, but foundational to my understanding of comedy. Stanley Spadowski. Uh, sometimes a mop's not good enough. Sometimes you got to get down there on the floor with like a toothbrush and you got to really scrub it. And sometimes that's not good enough. You can't give up. You got to keep trying. You got to get up. You got to run to the nearest window. You got to open it up and you got to scream, "These floors are dirty as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore." Man, I love that movie. That scene for a scene that's admittedly stupid, yeah, like can absolutely bring me to tears if I'm in the right mood. You gotta really get in there. Yeah, yeah, the whole audience going, the Battle Hymn of the Republic coming up in the background. Dun, 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 dun. The old guys in the bar kind of like nodding, like, yeah, 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 it's true. Getting all over the place on this track. Now I gotta watch UHF. It's a shame that Twitch took away the watch party feature. Otherwise, I would throw it up on here and we'd have a watch along party sometime. But you know, copyright strikes and what have you. Everyone knew what Stanley Spadowski was saying. You know, he was a man of the people. I got to go to a screening of UHF a couple years ago in Providence that Weird Al attended, and he did a Q&A afterwards. That was a lot of fun. And it was also just cool to watch it with the whole audience because people were like shouting quotes along with it, which is amazing. It's one of my favorite parts of seeing Weird Al live is when he's doing costume changes before songs. He'll show like various clips of when he's been on TV or like things from like what he used to take over MTV and they'd call it Al TV, and he'll like share clips from that or he'll share clips from UHF, and there's definitely a few lines that the whole audience quotes along with. Badgers? Badgers? We don't need no stinking badgers. Or the beginning of the Fat video where you know, you ain't down with us no more. You ain't fat. You ain't fat. You ain't fat, you ain't nothing. Whole audience shouting along with that. The first time I ever experienced that at a Weird Al concert was like maybe the first time that I didn't feel like a complete loser. I felt like maybe there's other people like me. Because, I don't know. I feel like no one else really, when, when your biggest obsession in high school is playing the accordion and listening to Weird Al Yankovic and watching his movies, it's very hard to relate to the other high schoolers. And I'm scrolling back up and getting caught up on the chat now. Who who is it? Pizza, pizza, who? Supplies. That's a joke that wouldn't work now. You couldn't do that joke now. The dog treat scene. You get to drink from the fire hose. That's one that everyone shouts at the concerts. I try to be a man of the people. Twitch channel a friend of mine runs where he just MST3Ks movies, but no one knows about it. He's not advertising, so copyright's not a big factor. Oh man. Wait, which quote do you and your brothers do all the time? I was running through a lot of different quotes, so I didn't see which one. All right, and we unlock. I did it. I beat the boss race while talking about it was talking about UHF that did it. All right, and with that we've unlocked another truck, Earthshaker. Not quite as good as Bone Shaker from the Hot Wheels tour. Robotic knows what I'm talking about. I was locked in by UHF. That's true. I think so. It was all that Stanley Spadowski pep speech. Bone Shaker. So dumb. Majority of the movie. Yeah, the karate class coming through the wall. What time is it? The fist comes through with the watch. Oh, geez, I gotta go. Shaping the mashed potatoes with his fork. This is important. This means something. All right, let's bail out here and let the truck take in the screen here. That's me at dinner. You've got to stop having mashed potatoes every night. You got to switch it up once in a while. If you find the marble in the oatmeal, you get to drink from the fire hose. Yep. Just like your robotic, I gotta call it a stream. That was a good one. That was a lot of fun. We should talk about Weird Al movies more often on this stream. Thank you for tuning in and watching. If all goes well, if everything works with the tech setup, and Johnny Torres doesn't somehow end up with tickets to see another famous punk band tomorrow, we'll be on tomorrow watching some Jet Li and Kodai Nozaki matches. I'm gonna go right now and go prep for that because I have a couple of those matches that only exist on my hard drive, and I got to get them up onto a private YouTube link so I can watch them with all of you. So until tomorrow, 9 p.m. tomorrow, I will see you all then. Thank you for hanging out. Take it easy.